This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
White trash fight all through the night, deep in the heart of Texas. The trailer park is nice and dark, deep in the heart of Texas. Cat drinks his brew and he spits his chew, deep in the heart of Texas. The TV blares, but no one cares, deep in the heart of Texas. Here we go!
Hey, everybody. Welcome to King of the Hill podcast. I am Mike.
And I'm Rusty.
Rusty, we have reached almost the end of the year, number one.
Yeah, we're almost to the end of the year.
But last week, we reached the end of season 4.
Yeah, we did. We wrapped up season 4 with the Country Bonanza episode.
Country Bananas episode, yeah.
There's a lot of country artists in that last episode.
So I think what we told people was that we were going to do a season 4 kind of wrap up. And I want to make sure that we get that done, like we said we would.
Yeah, for sure.
So season 4, a lot of really good episodes.
Really good episodes. And going back last night and looking through every episode, like just reading like the quick synopsis and all that of each episode. Yeah, I forgot how long that season was for us, Mike. That was
it's a long season.
That really was 24 weeks.
That's right.
Which is better part of it, well, almost a better part of a full year.
It's
so,
like 6 months.
That's. But there's a lot of good episodes.
Yeah.
You get Bill-centric episodes, you get Cotton-centric episodes, Peggy-centric episodes,
Bobby-centric episodes.
Yep. You know what episode I'm really waiting forward to?
What's that?
That we haven't reached yet is a Con. Jr. centric episode.
Yeah.
I like one of my favorite ones. I think it might be in season 5. It probably isn't now that I mention it, but it's the one where they do the bluegrass. Blue Moon of Kentucky,
where
keep
she
on
starts
shining.
playing the fiddle rather than
and
the
you get to hear
violin.
Boomhauer sing Blue Moon of Kentucky and stuff like that.
In a clear voice.
Yeah, well, with all this AI crap, they've done. People have taken that. Oliver Anthony song, that one about welfare and people eating brown rounds and all that or whatever.
Right.
They took Hank Hill's voice, and they've done one with Boomhauer too, where they AI'd their voice singing that song.
Oh, that's cool.
Anthem of the People. They really should have just had Hank sing that song and left it at that.
I wanna bring one thing up before we dive into this season 4 thing.
Yeah.
You sent me a picture the other day of somebody that you want me to go after as far as being a sponsor.
Oh, yeah. I saw some. I'm in all them groups on Facebook. There's like 40 King of the Hill groups. Shout out to anybody that's in those groups. If you're in that group, go join our King of the Hill group.
Work.
BWAAKOTH. That's our King of the Hill group on Facebook. Go check us out over there. But, so somebody had posted that in one of the Facebook groups I was in, and I saw it, and I was like, that's in Texas, and we're in Texas, and that is a crazy advertisement.
Yeah, so it says it's in East Texas, and it is Circle Star Firearms. We sell firearms and firearm accessories, is what it says at the very top. And then there are 2 guys on this billboard, and I'm going to hold it up to the camera kind of, and then I'll describe it. But I don't know if you can see that or not.
It looks suspiciously like...
It looks a lot like Hank and
Dale.
Yeah, so there's 2 guys, and they're standing in front of a fence. And it just says 4 miles on the right in Anderson. So Anderson, Texas, I guess. I don't know who these guys are, but what I would like to do is contact them and see if they'll come on the show.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, it'd be great to have them on as guests, if nothing else. Yeah, if nothing else. Because to be honest with you guys, I called, and if you know a propane company and you live in Texas that you know somebody that works at, let us know. But I've called I called pretty much every propane business
Yeah.
in Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana at one point. Like everything that I could think of to call, and nobody wanted to sponsor a King of the Hill podcast. That's a propane company.
Yeah, it's weird.
A lot of old guard. That's what it is. It's a lot of, for lack of a better word, it's a lot of boomers that still own these businesses,
Sure.
and a lot of them don't understand that their businesses thrive because it's a necessity. People need gas in rural areas. They need propane in rural areas, so it just thrives kind of on its own, and they don't really have to do a whole lot of marketing
and
stuff.
In the past, they've probably thrown a TV spot. They probably used the newspaper. They probably sponsored the 4-H competition or something like that.
Just think of how much. Just think of how many pamphlets you get in your mailbox for a gas company.
Yeah.
You know, you don't ever get no pamphlets for gas companies.
No, you really don't.
So it's like a rural thing, you know. So
I get a lot
feel
of
like it's just a weird market.
I get a lot of Little Caesars.
Little Caesars. Yeah. I get them Burger King coupons a lot.
A lot of Burger King. Yeah. Here lately, Whataburger.
Whataburgers. Yeah.
By the way, it's coupon crazy at this point.
I think they're suffering.
I think they are too, because and I think it's because that other company bought them.
And they menu changed.
Yeah.
So I don't care what anybody says. Bottom line is Whataburger does not taste the same.
It's not the same
since it has been acquired. I feel like there's been some type of change in what they use as ingredients. They got cheaper ingredients or something.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they're trying to drive up the profit margin now that now that they're corporately owned or whatever. Not that they weren't before, but they were more locally
but they were it's like a regional restaurant. Yeah.
Now it's I get this giant mailer in the mail, and it's got like 40 coupons in it for stuff. And then all the teachers, every time, if you're a teacher, people are always shoving food coupons at you.
Yeah.
And so we got a couple of coupons for free taquitos, and then
do they think y'all can't feed yourselves? Is that what it is?
No, but
teachers are starving. Give them coupons.
It is a way to build a loyal fan base. I'm telling you that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You give food to teachers, they are your friend.
Oh, they'll pull up. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember
that's about all they have to incentivize these days. Is a pizza party for you guys.
Well, I'm not part of that group anymore. Yeah. But I remember Jimmy John's used to bring those little half sandwiches,
Yeah.
And they would put boxes of them in like the break room.
Oh, he would demolish them.
Well, yeah, they would demolish them, but me and the other art teacher, we would go and just like grab a couple of the boxes.
Yeah.
Because we and it wasn't. Yes, I ate some of the sandwiches. Don't get me wrong, but the vast majority of them we held back for kids later that day.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, you people listening, people watching. You don't know, you have no idea how many hungry kids there are in school. There are a lot of kids that go without eating.
Oh, yeah. A lot of hungry kids, I'm
So
sure.
we would get the breakfast in the morning, and we would hang on to all that stuff and shove it into a cabinet somewhere because all of it's, can't spoil.
Yeah.
Or not for a long time, but like cereal bars and,
Yeah, just stuff like that.
Cereal, stuff like that. Oranges, apples, we'd hang on to those kind of things. And then they got to the point where they would bring this cooler full of food for the kids every morning, right? Because everybody got a free breakfast, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is those kids don't want to eat that crap. It doesn't taste good.
Well, a lot of it too is
it's all wheat based.
Well, not only that, in the state of Texas, the same companies that are providing food to our schools are the same companies that are contracted to provide food to our prison system, which is also the same companies that provide food to hospitals. So it's like this hospital, jail, food, school network thing.
Yeah, it's just industrialized food.
That's all
it
is.
is. Yeah. But anyway, we would hang on to a lot of that stuff. But they would make us send back whatever's uneaten. And guess what? My cooler always came back empty. Yeah, because I'm putting that crap aside, and I would feed a ton of kids later that day. So, anyway, okay. So season 4. Let's talk about it real quick. There is an article that I found. It's from Series with Sophie. Don't know who Sophie is, but she's
shout out to Sophie.
They have done a fine job of writing an article here that basically lists the top 15 episodes out of season 4. We won't really go over all 15, but I'm gonna kind of do a drive-by on each one.
Yeah.
So number 15 is Won't Pie My Neighbor, or Pie May Neighbor. Yeah. This is the one with the Buddhist monks.
Yeah, Won't You Pie My Neighbor?
I really like this episode just simply because it shows how much affection Bobby and Connie have for each other.
I liked it because
Bobby would do just about anything for her.
Fa Zhu from Disney's Mulan. The monk's voice.
Okay.
He was voiced by the voice actor who did that movie. He was also was in Stargate SG-1, MASH, Charlie's Angels, all kinds of stuff. This guy here.
This one is yeah. The reincarnation of Lama Sanglong is who they think Bobby is, and then Connie learns that llamas are not allowed to have girlfriends.
Yep.
But it turns out really well. It is rated 7.63 out of 10 by 125 different voters, so it's a pretty good episode. Number 14 is Helenium. This is episode 10, season 4. This is the Y2K crisis.
That's a good one, yeah.
And this is the one where Hank goes a little nuts. It's the most nervous and nuts I've seen Hank since the show started, I think. Right? Where he kind of buys into the Y2K thing, runs off with the fuel and all that stuff.
Buys into, yeah.
This also got a 7.64 out of 158 voters. Number 13, Transnational Amusements presents Peggy's Magic Sex Feet. This is probably my favorite one of season 4.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It is so weird and so out of whack. The fact that Peggy so easily gets pulled into this fetish website to show her big ass feet is just, and then doesn't even think about the fact that she's squashing eggs with her feet. I mean, that's a pretty big red flag there, Peggy. Then you've got number 12, moving on up. This is Luann moving out and getting the housemates that are all crap, and Hank kind of watching Luann grow up a little bit. Which this is the one where they share a beer at the swimming pool at the end, right?
Yeah. The swimming pool.
It's good stuff. Number 11, a beer can named Desire. Hank wins the Alamo contest, and he's supposed to throw a
the football contest.
Football, yeah. And who is it? Who's the
Don Meredith?
It's Don Meredith. Yeah,
Dandy
Don
Meredith.
Yeah, and he goes to New Orleans to try to throw the thing and misses it, but.
And then Hank gets mad because he had the jacket on and all that, and he was like, "Whoa, man! I threw the throw 100 times with my jacket on and made it." Yeah.
But my favorite part of that episode is Bill and his 3 lady cousins.
Oh, the Dixie Chicks.
Or
the chicks.
That's the fantastic part, where Bill, for some reason, is a sexy man all of a sudden.
Which were voiced by Marty McGuire, Natalie Maines, and Emily Robeson.
Ah. All right, number 10, To Kill a Ladybird. This is Bobby with the raccoon.
The raccoon episode, yeah. I like that one. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I like how Dale runs off into the woods because he's got rabies, or he thinks he has rabies. We're all the way up to a 7.7 out of 10. Okay. Number 9, Cotton's Plot.
That's one of my favorite ones.
It is very good.
This is one of my favorite ones.
This is one that is who's his friend with the big
Stinky.
Is it Stinky or is it Potsy or Popsy?
Pops.
I
thought it was Stinky.
Somebody's going to be very mad that we can't
Pretty
remember
sure it was
his
Stinky,
name.
wasn't it? Or
I don't know. But I love when he goes and blows his cheeks
blows his
up.
cheeks
It's
out,
just
like
the
a blowfish.
stupidest thing in the world. Yeah, but this ends up Peggy and Cotton kind of calling a truce.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's pretty nice, honestly.
I like that episode.
Nancy's Boys. This one's okay. I'm not a huge fan of this because I feel like it makes Dale look super, super stupid. But it does prove how much he loves Nancy, though. This is the one where she basically breaks up with John Redcorn.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah. I do like that she has to down a bunch of drinks before she starts even
to
kissing
have
Dale
sex
or
with him,
anything.
yeah.
Number 7, Bills are made to be broken. Bill's record for high school touchdowns is about to be broken.
Oh, yeah, it's the one where they let him go. I've never understood. It's one of them ones that has to be like a fever dream or something because there's no way that high school football is ever going to let a grown man go back on a field for a record.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so.
No.
The only thing I could compare it to is, you know how a lot of times they'll get special ed kids that want to play football or something.
Yeah,
and you see like the whole team kind of part.
Yeah, they'll give them
so
a play at the
touchdown
end. They'll give them a
something.
play or something at the end
Yeah,
of the
I think
game.
that's probably what they did for Bill.
Yeah.
I think Bill is just about one chromosome too short. Number 6, Naked Ambition. I like this one a lot too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Bobby seeing Luann naked. I mean, I think that is fantastic.
That's funny.
Just to watch Bobby
squirm and feel weird about it. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
And then for Joseph to ask him questions about it, and then he's like,
Joseph,
"Oh no, yeah, Joseph's a weirdo."
Joseph is gross in this thing, man. He's staring with binoculars and all that.
Yeah.
He's pissed off because the windows fog up. Speaking of uncomfortable, there is a show that I'm watching right now. It's called The Curse. It's got Nathan Fielder and Emma Stone. And they basically play kind of a Chip and Jo characters they're starting this home renovation show.
Yeah.
And it's in a place called Espanola in California. And it is one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever witnessed. It's made by A24, so I understand, they're very good at making you feel uncomfortable
it's their
in
job,
movies and stuff. But Nathan Fielder, I don't know if you know who he is, but that guy who did Nathan for You, and then he also did The Rehearsal.
Yeah.
He is. I used to think that he was just kind of one of those guys that came off the Daily Show and stuff, but this dude is. He's like if Andy Kaufman had embraced media. Like if Andy Kaufman went, oh, you know what? I can just make uncomfortable TV shows or something.
Yeah, that would be it, yeah.
That's what Nathan Fielder is. Like he showed up on the Tonight Show the other night just in like these sunglasses and his hat, smoking a cigarette and stuff, and he was like, oh, yeah, this is the real me. Well, it's not. He's just
David Letterman's supposed to be on Colbert.
Really?
This week, I believe.
Oh, that's cool. All right, so let's go number 5, Hank's Bad Hair Day. This one's good, too, where the barber goes nuts. That is Bill Murray's brother goes insane, and then Bill ends up giving him a haircut that costs $900.
$900 haircut, yeah.
And then the Army base shuts it down, and Hank ends up coming to Bill's rescue, getting that chair at the auction, and then giving secret haircuts behind the curtain.
Yeah, that wasteful government spending. Well, that's the thing with the military is that whatever budget they're given, they have to spend by the end of the year. So,
well, that's almost everywhere.
They buy, almost everywhere. Yeah. So, in order to keep their budget,
it was always like that.
Yeah, because you got to keep your budget. Because if you don't hit your budget,
you don't get that much next
they
year.
rebudget it, and then the next year you get less, and then you'll need it. So, it is
the opposite way to do things.
Yeah.
Number 4, Flush with Power. This is season 4, episode 22. I like this
one
one too.
That was one of my favorites.
Flows.
That's probably like my in the top 3. It was Hank's plot and this one are in the top 3.
This one honestly is a lot like the one that we're going to start season 5 with, because season 5 is all about voting and all this stuff. And so this is it's always showing Hank's like civic responsibilities and how serious he takes.
Yeah, for
these
sure.
things,
He takes it pretty serious. He takes it so serious that he thought it was so wasteful what they were doing for toilets that he got him put on like city government just to change the policy and then quit.
I love when he and Bobby are at that window and he signs the thing and he goes, "Okay, now what?" She goes, "You're in."
You're in.
Like, oh.
He was like, "Oh,
"It's
okay."
America,
he thought he was going to have to run. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Number 3, Hanky Panky, season 4, episode 13. This is where Debbie gets shot, right?
Yeah, that's the where I think Hank smokes the joint.
This is where Hank smokes the joint, and Sugarfoot's. This is where you get Peggy's Sugarfoot's, right? Or is it the one right after that? It's one of those two.
Because it's back to back Hanky Panky and High Anxiety. And then High Anxiety is the one where he smokes weed. Yeah. And actually, it's funny because Adult Swim.
Because that's where Debbie's found in the dumpster.
Yeah. And Adult Swim actually rates that episode TV-14 when it's usually a PG show.
Yeah.
They rate it TV-14 for references to drugs, gun violence, and unintentional suicide. That was the.
Okay.
And then they even put a PSA at the end of it. I think.
Cartoon, folks.
Yeah.
But he does unintentionally smoke a joint, and that's pretty damn funny.
This is a funny cigarette.
It's so loose, you didn't tie it right.
Yeah.
So number 1 episode of season 4, as told by Series with Sophie, is Aisle 8, season 4, episode 5. Con and Min go to Hawaii on a business trip, leaving Connie with the Hills. Min leaves Peggy with the Thicks. Anyway, basically, it is Connie gets her period.
Yeah.
And Hank has to buy.
Oh, and he has to run around for it and all that, yeah.
Yeah. But what comes of it is Hank and Connie kind of have an understanding, And
they kind of get to bond a little bit.
He ends up being there for her.
Yeah.
Even
oddly
way
enough.
more than Peggy.
Way more than I think most people's dads would be.
Yeah, that's absolutely
I think most
true.
of them would defer that.
Okay, so I want to talk to you about one more thing.
Okay.
Season 4 was great.
Yeah,
Loved it.
season 4 was awesome.
We're headed into season 5 next Monday.
Season 5.
We got a Friday coming up where we're going to talk about a couple of emails, and we'll reference the one we read last week.
Yeah.
That person has asked us not to read any more of the emails
Without permission.
and that's fine. We get it.
So
We get
I'm
it.
asking your permission vocally if I could read
We're
your
not gonna read it.
email.
We're not going to read it.
3 weeks from now.
Yeah, not going to read the new email. But I think it might be time for us to spin something off this show. So I don't know if that means a new show or if that means something else in the Hill universe. I don't know exactly what that means yet. I was hoping that anybody listening to this could give us some ideas. So number one, I have always wanted to do. I love doing these review shows. Because
Yeah, I like it a lot.
There's a built-in audience. There's a lot of stuff that I like or liked in the past, and some
and it,
things
like,
that are being rebooted.
Yeah, well, not only that, like going through these shows and stuff, it gives me a different. There's stuff I've watched it 1,000 times.
It gives you a different perspective.
Well, not only
Yeah.
that, I've watched the shows 1,000 times, and there's still things that I've missed that I go back now.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm like,
absolutely.
oh, well, I completely missed that, and only because at that time it had no context that mattered to me, or
Yeah.
like it wasn't anything I could compare to my actual life. But now that I'm a little older, there's so many more things I can compare it to.
So there are a lot of shows out there like this that we could take back catalog and review.
Yeah.
Faulty Towers is one that I wouldn't mind revisiting.
I would visit some of that stuff.
Faulty Towers is John Cleese. It was late 70s, early 80s. They're rebooting the show.
Yeah.
With John Cleese
With
being
John
like executive
Cleese,
producer or whatever.
something like
right?
that. I know he's involved in it. Yeah.
And so that might be fun, or just British comedies in general might be fun. That
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So
That would be fun.
we've got that. I mean, we could do Malcolm in the Middle. We could do Battle of the Planets. We could do
Anything.
what I would love to have happen here is that a few of our listeners maybe write in, send us an email or something, and say, "Hey, I'd love for you to cover this show."
Yeah.
Or maybe you got a better idea.
Or better, or for anything. Yeah. For whatever.
So the reason I say this is Boobays, another show on our network that does horror movie reviews. They are spinning off a show called Abaddon Eyes about the Hell House movies. And we were able to get some really great interviews and stuff with people that were in the shows and things. And it's basically executive produced by Boobays. I would love to do that same thing with Bois, be able to kind of spin something off that's in the same kind of form.
Yeah,
or,
for sure.
Or in the same universe or something like that. But what I'm asking from you guys that are listening, send us your suggestions. We won't start anything until after the first of the year, so you've got some time to get those in.
Yeah. Get it in. Let us know what you want to see us doing.
Yeah,
For sure.
I just I think that you guys probably can come up with better ideas than we can. So please send your suggestions in. If you want to send them in via Instagram, that's fine. X/Twitter, that's fine. Email is always best, and we'll start compiling those, and then we'll revisit those on a Friday episode. And then I guess the last thing for this episode is today is Monday.
Today is Monday.
And Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it is Thanksgiving. So
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Yeah, I hope you
Gobble till you wobble.
Yeah, gobble till you wobble. I never heard that before. That's good. Yeah, no, that's awesome.
I think that was on my grandmother's like kitchen towels. Or
I thought
something.
you were going to say
The ones-
epithet.
Yeah, it's on her grave. Yeah, she haunts us with her wobble. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you're able to be around family and friends.
And if you're not,
Yeah.
just crank up some Bois and
You got it.
spend some time with us.
Crank up some of that well-known Thanksgiving music and just sit back and relax.
Yeah, the Thanksgiving.
Everybody loves those Thanksgiving tunes. And as a society, I'd like to apologize to the world that we started getting Christmas stuff out in September.
Yeah, it gets. I don't know. Everybody says this every year. It gets earlier and earlier every year, but I
Yeah.
don't think it does. I think it starts at the same time.
I think
every
it starts
year.
about the same time every year, but people just assume that it's coming
Yeah,
out.
it's like, oh, it's September. Oh, we're seeing Christmas stuff. Oh, they do it earlier and
I
earlier.
will
every year.
say that I saw Halloween stuff and Christmas stuff out at the same time.
Well, it's like that Christmas in July crap they do in Hallmark.
Oh, come on. That's just another time to spend money is all they're looking
Yeah.
for. Or sell used cars,
Yeah, something like that.
mattresses. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for hanging
thank
with
you.
us through Season 4. We will start Season 5, Episode 1, The Perils of Polling, next Monday. And then for this week, you'll hear us again on Black Friday. And
Black Friday.
We'll be here with some more stuff. I think we're going to do a comparison of King of the Hill and Bob's Burgers. So you get that to look forward to,
Yep.
or if you don't, then look forward to turkey on Thursday. And
Which will always be great.
yeah,
Love some
and
turkey.
we will see you.
Lurky.
We'll see you on Friday.
You can find us at
there it is.
bwaakoth.com, or you can go to roguemedianetwork.com/bwaakoth. All of these episodes can be found on youtube.com/bwaakoth. And
You're getting better at that.
Matanye.
You're getting a lot better at that.
Yeah, I
Where
am.
you
I
just
am getting
drive
better
through
at that.
And I'm getting worse because I forgot to do it.
Yeah, I forgot almost. I almost forgot. I was like, what are we missing? I was like,
I
okay.
started thinking about when I need to get my turkey out of the freezer so it'll be thawed out so I can fry it
Soon.
on Thursday.
Soon.
Yeah, it's probably tomorrow.
Especially with all the moisture. You got to get all the moisture out of it, or not all of it out, but you don't want it to be wet.
I don't, though. I don't truly fry it. I use one of those.
Like a big air fryer.
It is kind of like a big air fryer, but it's got. Anyway, the thing gets super hot. It basically fries a turkey without a oil.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
It's
yeah,
very good.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. All right, guys. Y'all have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks again for being here.
We Matanye.
We Matanye indeed. Happy Thanksgiving. This has been a Rogue Media Network production.